Good morning, good morning. So, yeah, a bit early today. Gotta leave early as well. So, that is the plan. Start early, leave early. Yeah, don't know if we'll do any to burn in memory. Perhaps. Perhaps. Oh, we are level 6. That means there are new abilities. Login reward available. Oh, that's my alert list. Okay, thanks. Open silver for free. Get more mithril coins. VIP gets free gold presented each week. Okay, so let's open the free one. Next free present in 3 hours. Basic supplies. 20 virtue experience. Wonder what that is. Minor potion of morale. Cooldown 2 minutes, yeah. We got a healing potion and some virtue XP. Alright. I kinda need to fiddle with these keybinds a little bit. Since we are questing, we want that herald, yes. Wait. Oh no. Thought these two looked the same, but they didn't. We called the herald. Did we have air coordinated strike? On the target. Let's heal me. Yes. Pretty good heal at that. $20. Feels like we want that over here. What was this? The power thing we can put over here for now. And this is a buff, so we keep that there. This is a healing thing. And this is a healing thing. And this is a healing thing. We put these on control, like so. You order your companion to follow. Wonder why assist. What's the difference? A guard is like passive and guard. I wonder what this is. Assist. I can probably have it on passive and assist. Right? Let's see what happens. Yes. Looked like it, right? Wait, I need to pay more attention. Where's my debuff? Poison. I didn't get time to read. Let's try again. Did he attack? Yes. I have him attack even more. This was a taunt, an attack. That's all I have for now. Why would I want it on passive? Passive is like a group thing. And I'm not questing guard mode is better. And this is just a turn off and on thing. Actually, I don't even need these here. It's just abilities that I want. Probably these. Oh, hello, Mage Centron. Nice to see you again. I'm back too. Just got my my Herald before leaving yesterday. I'm learning a little bit about how it works, fiddling with keybinds. Actually, I think I'm putting that there. Maybe even here. Something like this. Where am I? I am still in Archet. I've just done the hunting log quests. I'm going back to talk. Mage Centron says that he just spoke with Gandalf at the Inn of the Prancing Pony. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I have no idea where this is in the lore thing. Is there a right click on map to zoom out? Oh, nice. Can I see where I am? Archet is near Bree. Ah, here we go. Ah, we've got a thing right on me. Oh, I can... Since I've been here before, I can... There's a plus sign, so I can zoom in on the map. Nice, nice. Nice. Bree is the big city in the center of the map. That's where the Prancing Pony is. Yeah, I remember Bree. I'm bad at names, but that is... And Prancing Pony I also remember. Mage Centron, but my home is the Blue Mountains to the west. Colondim and Duilond? Selondim and Duilond. That sounds dwarvish. Dwarvish. Alright, we're just to the west of the Shire, and you are to the west. It's the Shire. Along the Blue River. That's not that river, eh? Can we zoom out even further? We can. So I am, right here. This is the whole map? No, it's even bigger. Yeah, of course. Now, there we go. And there's the map is gone. It's quite interesting. I recognize this map I've seen before. Mage Centron says, yes, my fellowship is considering buying houses in Hobbiton, but I wanted to buy one in the Falthorn. Eredluin is to the northwest. This is Mage Centron's home. Very nice. I'm guessing where you start out doesn't matter. Right, you can put your home wherever you like, I suppose. That'll be interesting. But for now, you can buy property in almost any area, says Mage Centron. Multiple houses. Very nice. I'm guessing Mordor is one of those areas where you really cannot buy houses. Alright, I had an... Wait. Oh? That is interesting. My keybind didn't save. I changed the key binding. What was that? Mage Centron says, I would not attempt to buy property in Mordor unless you wish it to be destroyed by fire and brimstone. Yeah, that is what was my thinking. I don't want to go to hell either, right? Maybe it was the update thing that killed my keybind.
A dead end will surely work in our favor.
Dice? Do I have to care about dice? Sure, let's go with violet. Nope, not finish later.
A dead end will surely work in our favor.
This has tricked me many times. Let's finish it now. Talk to John Brackenbook. Oh, I can do that. You've just received the final quest of the introduction quest series. Nice! If you have any other quests underway, you should complete them now, as these quests will no longer be available after introduction is completed. But I don't have any other quest. So let's just press OK, I guess. Mage Centron says, you'll hear a lot of things around Middle-earth. Not all are natural. You can use dyes for your own cosmetic purposes. And Mage Centron prefers navy blue. After the introduction. Also, I haven't been inside the game world. This has been my own private instance I've been in. I assumed that I hadn't seen any other Mage Centron says correct. Oh, I had assumed that I hadn't seen any other players because it was just... Here it is, another player. Here we go. Yeah, we'll travel now.
John Brackenbrook and his hunters have reached the outskirts of Archit to find it already ablaze. A desperate struggle to save their village is about to begin. Hopefully, you have arrived in time.
We
They're
have no
spotted
time to
us.
lose.
It all.
We must save Ned.
Wait. Why did I... Was that a prisoner? Why am I attacking prisoners? Is This is very confusing. And call the herald. Wait. Where's my herald? Need to follow. Ah. I think I need... there is another ability right here, like... Saw it somewhere. Not to pass him on, not aggressive, not to stay, not to follow. We had a thing, it was just like... Call it rally. Instantly return to your side. There we go. Correct, you chose a man. I didn't get to choose. I don't remember. But if I did, then it looks like I did. I didn't remember having any choice. Mage Centron says, I'm a Mirkwood elf, the kin of the starlight, the guardians of the greenwood, the sons of Thranduil. Mage Centron loves my beards. Ah, thanks. Forgive me for asking. Oh no, any questions is fine. But you cover your hair? Are you Sikh? Sorry, I don't... If I pronounce that wrongly, my apologies. No, I'm just a cold Swede. I love my beanie. It's not about covering my hair, it's about covering my ears more than anything. Oh, duh, it's fine. No need to apologize. It's a type of Hinduism. Find Hinduism kinda cool, but I'm not religious. No, not at all. Hey, where are you? He didn't make it.
Our jet must still be saved. There are more up ahead.
I found it difficult to differentiate between who to attack and who not to attack. Now it's the name, Blackwall, is just alright.
We must find my father before it's too late.
Right, the turban. I didn't know it was spelled like that. In Swedish it's spelled differently. We call them... It's not Sikh, it's Sheikh. I think we call them in Swedish. So, Sheikh? Mage Centron says part of their religion is to never cut their beard. That makes sense then. I haven't cut my beard in a long time. Or my hair for that matter. But it's not a religious decision, no. They are the ones the turbans come from. Yeah, so they, like... I can see that. Long hair can be annoying, so a turban would help with that. I wonder what the utility would be for not cutting your hair, but I mean, not all religious.
All must not be lost. Well met, friend. Is the crafting hall safe?
You gonna attack us? No, no, it's fine. Like, not all religious. What am I thinking of? Religious ideas. Not all of them have utility. Some of them just... Alright, I forget to give him... I need to give him more orders, the herald. Getting used to this is... Mage Center says, I happen to admire their faith. It is weird. I'm not one of them, but I do admire their style. Yeah, I do. I feel the same. I feel... I mean, the faith itself is just like... I like certain fantasy stories, and I like their stories as well. And I admire the individualistic focus and the self-improvement, like the meditation focus and all that. I really like that. Yeah. My favorites of the religions, though, as I said, I'm not religious, wouldn't be Buddhism, and I feel like Buddhism and Hinduism are quite similar. It's just more... There are more mystical stories in Hinduism, as far as I understand. Made Central love beards. Yeah. Nice. Hope yeah, you like my beer. That's Made Centron do enjoy stories. Stories are one of my favorite things in life. Yeah, one of my favorite things as well. Stories.
Although the mad badger burns, I still hold out hope.
Yeah, I have I end the segment of the stream most days, probably not today, but most days reading stories, just reading and talking about them.
Father, I knew you would survive.
I'm alive, son. Made Centron is saying that he enjoyed learning about Shinto lately and African mythology. Which is very difficult to learn about. Oh? What is the difficulty? Well, I haven't been playing MMOs in a long time, it feels. No loot, eh? That's interesting. I found Shinto interesting as well. I haven't learned about the religions at all. Because it's just done. Can we make this a little bit bigger? Thanks. Oops. Enough talk. Amdir is now a servant of Mordor. They just stun us and leave. Is that it? They have no need of killing us. Yes, master. And he just walks through the fire.
Father! No!
No, father. Alright, so the difficulties as Mage Centron is because African mythology was typically not written down. Yeah, a lot of religion has that issue, I think.
What misery is before
Like, and
us?
even if it was written down, like a lot of people think that, like a lot of the old religions, that they are old. I mean, they are, but they didn't have any printing machines, right? So they were people copying by hand when the books were copied. And I mean, people make their own interpretations, languages change, and stuff like that. But yeah, having no writings at all makes it even more difficult. Like, what do you read if there's even no books? Mage Centron continues that, so we don't have all of it, or even just some of it, just a tiny bit. And it's pieced together from oral traditions, yeah. But African mythology is the spring of our storytelling. The well of our very ideas. Probably, yeah, that makes sense to me. Well, we hadn't invented language at the time. The first African myths were invented, says Mage Central. They were just passed down from mom and dad to children. Yeah. As far as I understood, like early human, like nomads and all that, it wasn't. We didn't really have moms and dad in that very sense. This was more a communal effort to raise the children. It's just something I heard. I don't know. Yeah, we're talking roughly 50,000 years ago. Wait. Are you meaning that you're studying myths from 50,000 years ago? That feels like a gross assumption. Well, since we wouldn't know how old the myths are since they weren't written down. It's just guesswork, right? It could have been 10,000, it could have been 50,000, who knows, right? Mage Central says, well, although it was common for moms and dads to die earlier than usual, but I'd say the family unit was absolutely in place roughly from that time. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's like, don't quote me on any of this, I haven't studied it, it's just stuff that I've heard. Stuff that I heard indeed. 50,000 years ago is about that time when we can start to think. Maybe this is around the time that... right, yes. Last time I heard like 75, 50, 75. Something like that, yeah. So the stories can be that old, right? I get it.
Yet not all hurts are so easily mended.
Yeah, I can buy that logic.
And may have dire consequences for Breland. But hope remains that he may yet be saved.
That is quite interesting. It is possible that some of the stories from African oral tradition could be 50,000 years old. I get that. It's an interesting way of looking at it. Makes me interested as well. Mage Central says, simple stories. There are like 5 that are basic building blocks of storytelling. Hero, the monster, the maze, the disaster, and our oldest story, the journey. What about the love story? Is that not part of those? The romantic story. The journey, yeah, the Odyssey. Romantic stories were not a thing back then. Oh. I would have guessed that it was. Look at that.
Would you do something for me?
Yes, I will do something for you.
What do you
Barter
need?
items. Token of salutation. I don't have any of those. No bartering for me, eh? Mage Central says, our oldest stories are simpler. I would have imagined that the love story is the simplest story. We didn't start telling what you would recognize as a love story until about 10,000 years ago. Well, Mage Central said love is far from simple. I would argue that it is quite simple, but I wouldn't say it's easy. If that makes
How can I
sense.
be of service?
Milestone skill with destination. What's this? Return home. Ah. And you can bound your home. Nice. Put this over here. Very nice. It is perceived as simple, but how often did our love stories turn into monster stories? I don't know. What do you mean, monster stories? How did love turn into monster stories? Yes, for example, nice. Reputation.
Stay a moment.
Actually, I don't mind. I thought I would mind that a lot of stuff is just similar to World of Warcraft, but it feels a little bit... It's
What can I do
making
for
stuff easier to just follow along. I don't have to learn how an MMO works or how this... I know what a reputation is, so I don't need to learn what reputation is. The very first written story, the Epic of Gilgamesh. I thought that was the... about the king. What the fuck was he called? Beowulf. It's one of the first written stories. Again, I haven't studied these things. I've heard the name Gilgamesh before, but I haven't heard the story. You didn't hear much about his wife or bride, but you did hear about the monstrous Enkidu that he had to fight over and over in the dark of the woods. Beowulf is one of the first Proto-English stories. It came thousands of years after. Right. Well, I don't feel like that's what you're doing. That is just anecdotal evidence, right? The first story was not a love story, therefore love stories were not a thing. I don't buy that. But the Epic of Gilgamesh is one of the early kings in the Middle East, yeah. Gilgamesh, a giant king of old, living hundreds of years, yeah. Just simply pointing out that back then love stories were about combat. Ah, yeah.
Will you stay and speak with
Yeah, I
me
get
more?
that. Right?
What do you need?
Yeah, what's not like what we consider romantic today maybe weren't considered romantic back
Greetings,
then.
friend.
I get that. Just a lot of trophies. Just trash. Oh, it's for cooking. There we go, sell all. The main focus was not on the love, but the love was there in the background. Helen of Troy, yeah? Back then romance was very different. The word hadn't been invented yet. Homosexuality, heterosexuality were both considered virtues, like power-ups, to go into battle with, rather than actual emotional concepts. We had not quite grown to the point of accepting our needs for someone in a romantic way yet. Well, I mean, I think it's difficult to make that statement. Romance was conquest. Yeah, in the stories. Like, in the stories that was like the stories that we read from the time. Like, romance as we see it on TV today is not how we do romance in real life, right? It's got to be the same. Like, the Gilgamesh didn't actually live for hundreds of years, right? The story does not reflect the reality all in all. It's a story. I'm pretty sure that, like, as far as I understood, that the humans back then are comparable to, like, in their composition and how we work were the same, right? They were comparable. They weren't very different from how you and me experience life. I mean, so I'm guessing that teenagers, just like our teenagers today, fell madly in love, right? Just really needed to get laid. Just like our teenagers do today. Well, stories are our most basic concepts. Well, I don't agree to that at all, that statement. Our most basic concepts? I wouldn't know which ones, but I would say like nouns would be our basic concepts, like water, fire, food, stuff like that. We can't ignore that fact. We have to at least grow, and mythology is our way to grow. Well, I wouldn't agree to that either. Like, if we look at humanity the last 10,000 years, 50,000 years, what has made us grow more than anything else? Well, that has been science. That has been science, not... Well, it depends how you define grow, I suppose. In mythology, like nowadays, I don't know how it was back then, but mythology nowadays is kind of stagnant. Yeah, stagnant. Usually we call the religious people, those are the ones that, I'm not saying that we equate the things, but we talk about the religious people, like if we're talking about fundamentalists or people who wants to keep things the way it is, it's usually religious people. I'm not saying it's always like that, but usually. Etc. Oh man, I'm way behind on the messages here, so let me catch up here. Mage Entrance says to, in terms to come up to terms with what we did. Stories are a way for us to go, was this okay? Oh, it wasn't. Oh, we won't do it again. Well, Joseph and Mary were 13 when they had Jesus. Teenagers. Nouns are just words, and words are concepts. That is what I meant. I meant our most basic concepts are the words. The words themselves represent something, right? And that is a concept. Stories are stories that can contain different concepts, yes. The thing that made us grow is war. Science grew out of war. Science grew out of many great many things. War is one of them. But I would disagree. I would disagree that it's science grows out of war. That is a statement I wouldn't get behind. I would say that science might get a boon out of war. Yes, but it didn't grew out of war. Science grew out of philosophy. Like, right? That is how one creates science, is through philosophy. War gives people a motivation to increase science, right? Like if we have better science, better weapons, we win the war. That's a motivation, but science did not grow out of war. Science grew out of philosophy. Unfortunately, now science is more important than war. Yeah, but mythology is our current culture. That I can agree with. Mythology is a lot of culture, like the culture nowadays. Well, I don't probably where you live, but where I live, a lot of the culture is the mythology of superheroes. Well, it's dying out now. I don't know where we're moving next, but a lot of superheroes it has been for the last decade in our culture. We rely on Star Wars, Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings as our culture, yeah. That's our modern mythology, exactly what I was getting at as well. Modern mythology.
Greetings.
Wait. It was level 6. Why did I just get the things? Was that what happened? Did I just get the abilities and didn't have to train them? Very strange. Mage Centron says, with all due respect. Oh, it's fine. I love disagreements like this. It makes me learn, see other perspectives. That's why I have the word philosophy in the title, because I do love these discussions. Philosophy wouldn't exist without loss. Oh, that's a difficult thing to answer. Maybe, maybe not. I can't even imagine a world without loss. Well, I mean, I can. I saw a French show about that. People stopping dying. That is very, very interesting. Our question of why did this happen always comes from tragedy. And perhaps, yes, it wasn't about war. Maybe it was being eaten by wild animals, but still, the pursuit of science was due to us wanting to master our environment.
How can I be of service?
Mastering our environment. Yeah. Well, not explicitly. I would probably agree with your conclusion that it's like subconsciously. Fuck, that word is not pronounced like that. Oh, whatever. In our subconsciousness we wanted to master reality, but explicitly it was about understanding our environment. And asking questions like why. I'm pretty sure I would agree with you that like loss and tragedy and stuff sucking, and we wanted them to stop sucking. So why did this happen? Like I hadn't thought about it like that. So my initial response is that sounds valid. It sounds like a good idea. Science itself became, well, yeah, maybe that was the what's the word I'm looking for? It was the catalyst for philosophy. That makes sense. I would agree to that, yes. Wait. Bury? Am I supposed to bury people? See why. So, alright, and that's your argument for it coming from war and tragedy. That is where science came from. Yeah, wanting to change stuff. I don't know if you've, like, I like stories as well. I don't know if you've seen Westworld. The show. going this way? Or are we going that way? Let's go down this way. There was one thing that I really enjoyed in that bit. And that was, especially as you were saying, like, they didn't even call it war or tragedy, they called it suffering. And that suffering was the... like, you need to suffer to get the motivation to change stuff. If you don't suffer, then what would be the motivation to change anything? And to ask these questions. And I feel that is similar to what you were saying right now. And I can get behind that. Like in politics, it's usually the people who are the loudest, or like words like that. When you need to, people who really get into politics and whatnot, they're people who have suffered, who really wants to change the world, right? Oh, new mail? Ah. What is this? A deed. Deed log. Alright. Mage Centron says, have you finished with intro? Yes, I think so. Mage Centron says, oh, I so dislike politics. Oh? It's so simple and ignorant. I think you and me have a different view of what politics is. Like, I dislike politicians. Like modern politicians that works in the government and that I see on TV. I dislike all of them. I find them simple and ignorant. Politics in itself, I find that super important. It is so much more interesting to talk to intelligent people about bigger ideas. Oh, I like intellectualism and philosophy more than I like politics. We would be similar in that matter. All those discussions lead into politics, for me anyway. Mage Centron says, politics is choosing a party and drawing a line between you and other people in general. It's completely horrible and outdated. Yeah, we have a completely different views of what politics is. From my point of view, politics is the way humans make decisions about we should have as rules and not rules. Like, I think we have discussed a lot of politics. Like, the other day someone said that they felt that the question about wearing a mask or not shouldn't be political. I use that as an example just because we talked about it the other day that, well, it is political since people don't agree, right? They can have simple reasons not to agree and ignorant reasons not to agree, but still, when people don't agree, there has to be some sort of a discussion. Well, there doesn't have to be, but it's beneficial, I believe, for there to be a discussion about, should we make a rule out of it? How should we as a society approach this issue that we're having? And I'm feeling that approach for me is what politics is. If that makes sense? The way humans make decisions is love and logic. But love is the beginning of logic, not the end. Ooh. I don't know if I agree with that at all. No, wearing the mask is not necessarily, he says, I'm wearing a mask, agreeing, not agreeing. Does virus care about politics? Then politics are useless in that case. Well, the politics is that some people have the attitude, some people come into the question with the attitude, I don't care about people dying from the virus. I just don't want to wear the mask. That is the point of disagreement, right? people disagree, then politics arises from that disagreement and the discussion. And the more and more we learn about humans, it's less and less logic. It's more emotion, not only love, but hate and sadness and happiness and stuff like that. That is the most where our decision making is coming from. What feels good to us or feel bad, responding to stuff that feels bad to us. Attitudes are fine, sociopathic or not, yeah. But I wish not to engage in these arguments. And that is fine. That is fine indeed. We'll have to, since you often come into it and try to drag people into them, just ask me to stop if I'm doing that. I'll try to do my best. I'll try to do my best indeed. Thus, politics, as you described it, is a completely fruitless endeavor? As I described it. Well, I mean, it does have consequences, right? Like, maybe they make a law about wearing a mask, or they tell everybody, no, it's fine, don't wear the mask. But it does have consequences. It's not completely fruitless. Something changes because of politics. That's the whole point why we have politics, right? To change stuff. And stuff changes because of politics. It's round and around it goes. Mage Central will describe it as this. Politics is a rotten fruit. You can choose to eat it and argue about how nasty it tastes, but I would rather avoid it and avoid the people who engage in them. I don't agree in group mentality. I am my own person. Yes, you are your own person and you have your values and ideas and wants and needs as a person. As every other person has their own wants and need and idea, values and stuff like that, right? In my mind, politics is the attempt to marry all of these things together to have a society where we just don't walk around and kill each other when we disagree. Mage Central says, I choose to believe in love. Yeah. And kindness. And regardless if that person labels themselves as some ridiculous political party. Yeah, I haven't talked about political parties, have I? I've talked about politics. I shall treat them the same, says Mage Central. I find that an agreeable attitude. More kindness and love in the world, that would make me happy. And my society is not simply emboldened to arguments. I didn't understand that statement, I'm sorry. It's not simply emboldened to arguments. Politics is the nature of parties. Yeah, like you divide, like you agree with some people and you disagree with other people's. I can see that happening. Like you and I are in agreement, for example, believing in love and kindness, regardless of where that person comes from. But other people do not agree. So, the people who do not agree, who gets to decide? Right? If someone is not being loving, some people is not being kind, like dependent on their political party or whatever. Do we have an ethical or moral obligation to encourage other people to be kind? I don't know. Do you want to know the truth? It's a truth. you like philosophy, then you would know that there are many, many different definitions of truth. This is your truth. You'll never make another person change a belief. They have to change them themselves. Politics are a belief. Now this is that truth, as you will find. Oh, but what is truth then, I ask you? What is truth? What system did you use to come up with this truth? You can't force anyone to change a belief. Pretty sure that some people would disagree with you. I wouldn't. I would not disagree with you, but I'm pretty sure that some people would disagree with you on that matter. Like, you can torture and mind control people, and like your beliefs are informed from, like we've said that, for example, like I'm born in Sweden, therefore, well, I'm an atheist. Somebody else, like the odds of me being a Hinduist are super small, but somebody born in India has a much higher probability to be a Hindu. So ideas are affected of our stuff around us, right? Don't you agree with that? So they don't come from within. Not completely. Since we can look at, there are different beliefs are more common in different geographical areas. And if beliefs only came from within, that wouldn't be the case? Mage Centron says, you can change their ideas, experience life. I've learned that people don't change beliefs that easily. Yeah, I agree. Usually not. It's based on emotions usually, right? They need to have a catharsis, a personal change. I agree with that. Mostly like changing from one... It's like we said from Westworld, right? You need to start suffering. You need to have... Your worldview needs to be challenged in some certain kind of way for it to change. I would agree. And it comes from within. Well, to be honest, says Mage Centron, I consider your concepts of this topic to be my second most realistic concept. I don't quite understand what you meant there. So perhaps we'd be on the same page if I had lived a different life. Oh yes, indeed. Maybe. I think we are quite in agreement. Like, I would like, from a metaphysical, actually just a physical standpoint, I'm in agreement that you cannot go into my mind and fiddle around. You can present me with ideas that I can make interpretations of, and I can make changes based on those ideas, but it is me who make the changes, not you. If that is what you mean, then I agree with you. But I also want to point out that it's you are saying something that I am interpreting. Without you saying it, then I wouldn't be able to interpret it, if that makes some sense. It's interesting, but I think your views hold a lot of value. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my views are just that, value judgments. I would not say that they are better or worse than anybody else's views, if that makes sense. It is interesting how far apart we are and yet coming to similar conclusions. Yes, it is interesting. Life is interesting. It's always a tripping stone. Always a way for us to trip as we go down the path of life. We have to stop and think. Well, we don't have to. I really like to. I really like to stop and think and talk about stuff. That is my interests in life. Others have made Centron are similar. Yeah, I've gotten that feeling. And we are similar in that manner. Yeah, there are many, many different ways to view life, and I'm interested in most of them. It's like, yeah. You learn a lot from stories. I've learned a lot from stories. I did read a lot of books as a teenager. Like literature and stories. I don't as much anymore. I'm reading more philosophy and science nowadays. I want to get back to it though. And I've started to get back to it. Made sentences. At the end of the day, we're all probably children of similar mothers and fathers. Now we get games like this to enjoy. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Like I've used that as an argument many times that most people's voting habits are directly informed or correlated to what their parents voted on. Like most people, the majority vote on whoever their parent voted on. Or, in rarer circumstances, they vote the exact opposite. Made sentences. I prefer to make my own decisions. But that's the illusion of choice. Regardless if they're good or bad to others, they're mine. Depends. Yeah. I'm kind of a determinist. Not. Depends on how you frame the question, I would say. But in most senses, I'm very deterministic. I recently heard a very good pragmatic argument for determinism. Not a metaphysical one, but a pragmatic about society. Ooh, but that's a political one, so maybe I should skip that argument. Made sentences. Well, I've learned not to argue against determinism. Do you know why? Why not argue against? I would hope one would argue against everything and anything. So I don't know why. I really do want to know why. Because it seems like we have a point of disagreement there. And I do like my disagreements. The Deedlogs keeps track of your personal accomplishments throughout the world of Middle-earth. Click here to see which deeds are progressing or have been completed and what titles or traits you can earn for completing them. Renewed voice. Use Battle Shout. Alright. Use Sure Strike. I can do that. I can do both of them. Well, I won't pretend to know everything, says Mage Centron. Oh yeah. That would be unwise for anyone to pretend that. Fuck, I don't even know what I don't know. Sure Strike. That's one is Sure Strike. Alright, new mail. Where was I going? Over here. There are so many things that I don't know. I mean, we're not doing science here. It's more of a philosophical worldview discussions. It's interesting. You can learn about stuff by just talking about them. I like that. Will Wheatley? That's the proper attitude to have. Well, it's an attitude to have. For me, I have the attitude that there is no objective good or bad, no objective morality. So any attitude is an attitude that you can have, but there is no proper, that makes sense, from my point of view anyway. I have a better question to ask you, considering our surroundings. Nice. What is evil in this world? Well, you can have different perspectives on this. I would have, if you would have just asked me a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, I would have said straight out, evil is not a real thing. But I would have to say that it depends on your point of view. I would say that if you're looking for an objective description of reality, like a scientific one, then I would consider evil not being a real thing, right? Because there is no objective morality from my point of view. But I mean, there are stuff, there are behaviors that I don't like. And there are behaviors that I don't like. There are behaviors that seems to be making people sad. Well, people report suffering when you do stuff to them, like torture or stuff like that. But I would then still say that the evil itself, it's not part of the world. It is part of the world view of the person, if that makes sense. Just to put it in a non-objective kind of thing. It's a subjective word. That is what I'm saying. It's a subjective word that people use to explain behaviors that they really don't like and that they don't want people to do. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that definition of evil. I'm quite happy, at least. Alright. True determinism, not good or bad. I tend to swing towards the Tolkien side of things. Fuck, I haven't read Tolkien in so long. I did see an interesting video that ascribed... looked at the whole thing as an allegory for the Bible and biblical morality. I don't remember it, I just remember I found the question interesting. In my opinion, says Mage Central, people are not the only animal or plant that can do things that you might consider against moral standards. Yeah, I like some animals' behaviors more than other animals' behaviors. And I would assume that any person can make value judgments about any type of behavior, right? But moral standards, I would hesitate to use that language in itself, personally. I cannot control the universe, though perhaps if I could, I might be able to explain everything in a comfortable way. I don't subscribe to biblical morality, but I can tell evil from good. But then I've heard that just because there's spiders here, lunch for the spider is chaos for the fly. From the fly's point of view, the spider is evil. From the spider's point of view, the spider is just having lunch. So, what is evil and what is good then? It's a matter of perspective, is what I am saying. Evil and good is something you can tell, but it's completely horrible when you finally encounter it. Yeah, I mean, there are many things that I would, I wouldn't use the word because it's, I'm trying to change my language towards not deriving aught from Issus. But I catch your point, like, there are stuff like, if someone takes sword and chops my arm off, my value judgment would be, that's a bad thing. And I'm pretty sure most humans would consider it a bad thing. I'm pretty sure. But that's from the perspective of the people who's getting his arm chopped off. Like the person who's doing the chopping the head off, even better. I would say that the person chopping the head off does have a completely different view of what is evil and what is good. Mage Central says, determinism doesn't exist when some Austrian artist determines that you needs to be killed. Why not? Why not? Isn't he a product of his environment, just like every other person? Why is he not a product of his environment? I'm guessing I'm following that newborn spider. It's a breaking of the natural flow? Well, everything that happens in nature is natural, so it doesn't break the natural flow. Like, I personally I don't think I understand that word really, because for me anything that I would consider natural would be anything that exists in the world. So something that is unnatural to me is like unicorns, Santa Claus. Those I would consider unnatural. Anything that happens in nature I would consider natural, I think. Oh, need to catch up here again. I think we're at different points in this discussion. I need to catch up what Mage Centron is saying here. It's a breaking of the natural flow. It's a diversion from the river of reality, like a dam. I disagree with that statement, but I just said that. So when evil exists, it breaks our course of the flow. But these are just beliefs, and I have no business forcing my beliefs on anyone. No, he's not, because he's the only one to make that decision. And you know what? That decision makes things different. Yeah. Because you believe in determinism. I mean, yeah. Like, the decisions made changes stuff. Of course. When I'm a determinist, I'm not saying that people don't make decisions. That's not at all what I'm saying. Of course people are making decisions. Decisions are made all the time. I'm just saying that we're not in control of those decisions. Like the example that I usually use is like if you put a piece of licorice in front of me and say, here, have it, I will say no thank you. That is my decision to say no thank you and won't have it. But it was not my decision whether or not I liked licorice. That is just part of my life. I didn't decide to dislike licorice. It's just the way I am. Mage Centron says, sadly it doesn't change the course of the river, which will go in whatever direction it chooses. I'm not religious, so I don't see any intent behind, like in this metaphor, like a river or a time or humanity, where it goes, like whoops, or like evolution. I don't see any intent in it at all. That comes from me not being. It's a thing. Let's see. That tree of life is the ultimate principle behind all of the universe. The easiest course. The easiest course becomes our path. Yeah, Again, easy becomes a value judgment, right? You want some room, Skywalker? Yes, I'm sorry. Here, come on. Yeah, come here, come here. Rivers aren't metaphors. Alright, so I'm misunderstanding you here. The rivers are not metaphors. We're talking about actual rivers. So when evil exists, it breaks our curse of the flow. No, not on the keyboard, dude. Not on the keyboard. But you're saying that so evil is something objective. It's not a value judgment. You're saying that. Well, then you are a hardline well, not a hardline determinism, but you think that there is a path for the universe. That path is like it is the right path or whatever. And then some people might split that path. Well, no, what was the word that you used? Not split. It breaks the course of the flow. So it needs to be realigned. But that is, you're saying that that is not a value judgment. So then my question is, how would person tell the difference? How could a person tell the difference between good and evil? Like you said that you could, right? Alright. I appreciate your discussion. I'm getting tired. Alright. We can leave it at that. That is fine, Mage Centron. I really enjoyed it while it lasted. I have all of these things to read as well, so let me read these. Companion's level is relative to its master. When you level up with a companion summoned, you should release and resummon the companion to make sure it benefits from your newfound power. That's very nice of them to tell me. Good and evil can be discerned through extreme moments in life. I hope you do not experience those moments. Oh, I've had my share of terrible experiences. I have indeed. Like you said, what is the source of philosophy? Which I agreed to, mostly. It's loss, right? I've experienced loss. I've experienced people being mean to me. I have never been tortured. I've never had an arm cut off. But I can imagine. I can imagine. But at the same time, someone cutting the head off the Third Reich I would not consider that evil. I would consider cutting my head off evil. That implies to me that it's a subjective value. Sorry, I'll leave that. Let's move on. Open your hobby panel via the start menu under character. Ooh, hobby. Character, is that down here? Hobbies. No, Hobbit gifts. No. Hobby. Start menu under character. Nope. Hobby. What's a hobby? To learn about available hobbies, visit a hobby master in one of the following towns. Bree. Oh, we gotta go to Bree soon. Alright. We do that in Bree. We've got a trait point. Ah, nice. What are our choices? React to battle. Increases the damage of devastating blow. Light of Elendil pressing attack. A rooting cry. Increases critical chance at max rank. No, Skywalker. What else do we have? Increases light type damage. Light type damage. That's light type damage, right? Yeah, light. All of these are common damage. But that's gotta be considered common. Has to be melee, right? Oh. Alright. And what else do we have? Martial prowess. Melee damage and attack speed. Well, that's... I mean, this martial prowess seems way better than deafening shouts. There's react to battle. React to battle seems better as well. Maybe. Oh, there's cat hair everywhere. Seems like he feels that winter is leaving. So we have cat hair all over the place. And we get the melee damage. We apply. Yes, I want to commit those traits. Wonder, what does he deals? What kind of damage does the Herald deal? Westerness damage. That's got to be physical damage. We've done mounts. You now have the ability to ride a basic steed. You should seek out the Horsemaster of Kingstacer in Breeland. Yeah. All of the things says it's time to move to Bree. Middle Earth is a massive place. A map can help. Yep. Tried that already. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Let's open the map. The map says nothing. Collect Spriglis. I wonder if I'm supposed to be in here? I don't think so. Bristle hides are not in here. Nate's body's not here. Spriglis seed bag. Let's read this thing. Cal Spriglis farm in south of Brown's Folly. Cal Spriglis asks you to go to his farm and recover his strongbox, seed, and sack and bow. They are probably not in here. I'm probably not supposed to be in here yet. Probably not. Like they're probably just laying around here somewhere. And he didn't tell me to go down the cellar, right? Probably we find all the stuff. Ah, there we go, like a strongbox. Yeah, we find all the stuff around here. And then we go down the cellar. I'm guessing anyways. Oh, there's the bag. And where is he? He's probably down here somewhere. No? No, he's back in our chat. No, I'm a clicker. For some reason. Oh. Oh, actually, I can use these buttons even. That was 6 out of 6. Very nice. Yeah, let's run towards the hunting lodge. Actually, I need to change this keybind again. Key mapping, auto run. We put that here, and we accept. Then we start running. Leave me alone. That's it. 8 o'clock. Still got time. Made Centron asked, finished the intro? Yes. Yes, we did finish the intro. We're doing our first quests. I'm pretty sure, yeah. It said that I finished the intro anyways. What server? The EU server? How can I check what the server is called? Made Centron is on Gladden. Don't think it was Gladden. There was only one EU server. Well, there were like a German and a French one, but I took the one that was only EU. I'm pretty sure it was not Gladden. I really liked that it felt like there was only one choice to make, and I made that choice. So interesting. My cat really likes MMOs for some reason. Last time I played an MMO was World of Warcraft Classic release. And he loved that. Made Centron as well, perhaps because you're in the EU, I can't find you. That would make sense. We're in different servers. Oh, there's a plugin manager. Nice. I mean, I can check. Probably log out and see what the server is called. I'm guessing. It doesn't say. Do I have to quit? Oh yeah, you pick the server from the thing. So let's play again. Evernight EU. We're at Gladden US. Yeah. So different servers. Shame. Just made Central. Yeah, well, that is the thing about when you have to be in servers. Splitting the player base. At the same time, one can understand why they do it that way. 19 DPS? We do like that. There's the question of lag
What do you need?
that needs to be addressed.
What
Yeah,
can I do
that's
for
one
you?
of the reasons I really liked EVE Online. It was
Greetings.
one huge fucking server. Everybody's playing in the same world.
Can I speak with you a moment?
Then when I played Classic World of Warcraft, it kind of felt like, yeah, kind of liked the server a bit as well. Because you're stuck with these people. Kinda. But that was because World of Warcraft became so fucking big, so like everyone you ever played with was a stranger. You never recognized, you never saw the same name twice. Well, you did. I mean, yeah, sure. When you joined guilds and whatnot.
Are you looking for something, friend?
That's my point. Yeah, it's like when we played Classic, I saw the same people over and over. Just running around in my home city, it was the same people running around in the city, so you started recognizing names. Or, well, characters, I suppose. I'm always terrible with names, but... I guess in all the purple things are trophies that has this purple-brown squared color are trophies. This item may be turned in for tasks. Let's lock that then. What about this? Oh, it can only be sold. This can also be turned in for task. And this as well. What does that mean? What does it all mean? Tasks. Travel to this objective now. Prologue and urgent summons. I'm guessing no. Wait. Oh, right. Nope. That's super interesting that the key mappings don't save between... It's a good thing I noticed that. That means that I don't make any changes. No changes to the key bindings. Just live with the key bindings as they are. Or somehow figure it out. I mean, you can make an auto-run key binding that doesn't take very long. It's a bit annoying, I guess, but... And we're running and we're running. I like this music. I'm guessing we do it down here. Maybe not. Maybe I should read it. Must be somewhere within the caves, yes. The cocoon. Another cocoon. Trapper. I like that scream. Alright, gotta do these as well. Deed bestowed. And we get lottery points and virtue experience. Increased reputation. Add to tracker. No, remove from tracker. Oh, it's just done. It has just happened. Accelerate. No, I don't want to accelerate anything. What else do we have? New mail. Damn it. Get this region. No thanks. 2 point granted. Deed completed. Curious, alright. Reward none. Get more trait slots. I would want a... What are they called? New bag. make me happy. Lot of newborn little... Whoop. Hello. 2 of them. Alright, new mail. Gotta check the mail later. Wait, where are we at? Cannot command your companion at this time. Why not? Oh, I was probably stunned or something. Ooh, little boss fella. And it is dead. Ooh. Oh, it's just a trophy. Starts the quest. Nice. So, what was that? Who started the quest? Not like that. Like here. Accept. Someone is defeating all the spider hatchlings. Door? This is the way out. I don't want to go out. I want to find... Yeah, let's go through the door. See, where are we? Wrigley's farm? Where's that? Oh, we're right here. I can't go back inside. Oh no. Damn it. Where's this toolbox? South of Archet, near the gate to Combe. Ah, right there. Somehow missed it. Your companion successfully performed a coordinated strike. Good on you, companion. Ah, toolbox. So, where's that summon thing? Valley. Cannot do that in combat. Combe and Wattle Inn in Combe. Oh, so that's... Yeah, that's south of us. But we don't go there yet. Time to go back down there and... kill some spiders. Is it this way? No. And that seems pretty good. Deceased. 2 minutes. Oof. What do you have? Crippled? For 3 minutes. Sucks to be you, eh? You can come over here though if you want to. Wait. Was there no Russian server? Yeah, I kind of felt like that when I started the game. It was like, yeah, you have a German EU server and a French EU server. What about an English EU server? Did not seem like it. So where will the Russians go? As usual, they go to the EU server. I don't speak Russian. If I were a little bit better at languages, maybe I would have learned Russian. No, I would learn Latin. Latin would probably be the thing that I would learn. Well, talking about learning languages right now, I'm learning C. That's a language. A different type of language. But a language nonetheless. Another cuckoo. Of reputation, eh? A lot of deeds bestowed. Yeah, that's gonna probably be upgrading quite often right now. Gained a new title, sure, that's fine. Completed a deed. Spider foe. Granted. Close. This is the way. Still haven't finished that. It's called the show The Mandalorian. Oh man, says Banana Waffle Monkey. Hello, nice to see you again. So, good morning, I suppose. That was supposed to be a nap I just took, not a whole series of REM cycles. A REM cycle is 1.5 hours, right? It's good. I would say it's good to get some sleep, but maybe you fucked up your thing. Where's the... was this the exit? Where's this the exit? I don't remember. This has got to be the exit. Friggin' REM rebound? REM rebound. What does that mean? What is this shouting cry? Wait, is that on AoE? Max targets 4 around me. Another shout. Nice. Make haste. Increased movement speed of the fellowship. Nice. Cooldown 2 minutes though. Oof. Image result for REM rebound. Image results for... wait. So I'm guessing... that's a weird copy, yeah. I can ignore the first third of that, so... REM rebound is the length and increasing frequency and depth of rapid eye movement. It's the lengthening and increasing frequency and depth of rapid eye movement. Sleep, which occurs after periods of sleep deprivation. When people have been prevented from experience REM, they take less time than usual to attain the REM state. Oh, so when you don't get enough sleep, the body just slams you into the sleep. So you were gonna take a nap, but you fell asleep. The rebound pushed you into sleep. Because, well, I wouldn't swear at it then. Like, it's your body reacting to you not getting enough sleep, saying, you're not getting enough sleep, so I'm just gonna fucking sleep. That's good for you, it sounds like. Yeah, it does sound like a... oh, I fell down. Will probably be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. This the exit? This is the exit. It's like, I usually sleep after lunch, right? I sleep 1 sleep cycle. Well, I sleep about 1.5 hours. Sometimes 3 hours. But usually it's just 1.5 hours. And I'm stuck. Shout at you. Yeah, I really like sleeping, having an afternoon sleep. Really helps me out. I've been a little bit tired late because I won't be able to do that. Well, I did it yesterday and I'll probably do it today. Yeah, I'll definitely do it today. I'm leaving... oh, well, not yet, but I'm leaving earlier today. Having a doctor's appointment just before lunch. I'll be tired for lunch, that's for sure. Then I'll sleep. Because the rest of the week I'm I'm picking up my nephew from school, probably. Then there is no rest, no sleep for the wicked. Oh.
Could
Some
I
sound
speak
on the
with you a
shout.
moment?
That's understandable. Crafting strong arm and sharp of mind. Ooh, crafting.
How can I be of service?
And comb. Do like crafting. Yeah, I'm considering going back to Final Fantasy 14 for a little bit as well. Like, when I played it last, it was
What can I
a
do
long
for
time
you?
ago. But
Would you do something for me?
the crafting didn't really get to me that time. Now since then I've kind of felt like, man, that crafting system is kind of cool.
Greetings.
Want to play with some crafting. Oh, you must select one of the rewards. They're always at the bottom, I think. Yeah, heavy armor. And an upgrade as well. Like
What
that.
do you need?
And another upgrade. What's the shoulder thing? Was that it?
What can I do for you today?
Yeah, I was hardcore into raiding at that time. So then it was all about the raids. This item may be turned in for tasks. That is so weird. I don't think I like that system. We'll see though, we'll see. So, simple rations, put you over there and there. Put crafting stuff over here. All the turn-in stuff we put over here. Don't know what to do with the dye yet. Oh, didn't sell this automatically. That's interesting. That's a healing potion. Turned in for tasks. Virtue experience. Select an earning virtue before use. Permanently increases virtue experience points. And this is for cooking. What is a virtue then? Probably a character. Skills, house, title, hobby, biography, reputation, wallet, the war. No virtues though. No virtues here. Traits. This is probably not any virtues, no. What's this? No. Talk to Lisbeth. Ah, right. Oh, they're all in comb, right? So we're done? Didn't we have to go down? No? Don't see anything. It seems like I'm done here. All of them are comb, comb, and comb. So let's run to the comb. Let's run to the comb. And this is gonna be such a weird thing to get used to. Like, these are not my key bindings. I'll just learn to live with them, I suppose. Been thinking more and more about consequentialism now again. Now since yesterday as well. Feel like I kinda need to read the Wikipedia page. I'll consider doing that now actually. After we go through this. Oh, we are in comb. Some reason I believe that this would be a new instance. But
might I take a moment of your
like
time?
World of Warcraft, it's a full thing.
Greetings.
Stable Masters will rent you a mount for a short one-way trip. You can also rent faster mounts that will get you to major locations almost instantly. No, thank you. Actually, I think I'm gonna read that a little bit and then start to burn in memory. Yeah, it feels like a good spot to end, right? We just got to comb here and we can talk to everybody and figure out what to do next tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's do that.